Welcome to Pemmy Baker TV, folks. I'm your host, Aaron Como, here at Plymouth Regional High School today, featuring the Plymouth Bobcats against the Newfound Bears in a baseball matchup here. And I don't know if you saw the scoreboard from Monday's game, but Newfound Bears came with their bats and put a real hurting on the Bobcats and put them down 11-1 in 5 innings. I believe they had 4 or 5 home runs in that game, and they literally hit the ball from top to bottom. It was a really good game for the Newfound Bears. Bobcats had a few errors in the field and a few mishaps that hurt them for sure, but for the most part, Newfound Bears just came out and hit the ball hard. Your starting lineup tonight for the Newfound Bears, we'll start off with number 5, Bluin, playing left field. Number 10, Hanser, playing shortstop. 14, Emmon, playing center field. Number 4, Gordon, playing third base. Number 9, Davis, pitching. Number 3, Macklin, playing second base. Number 6, Joyce in right field. Number 16, Downs, playing second base. D. Hennessy will be your DH, and Doloff will be playing third base. The action has started here. Johnston on the hill for the Bobcats, a senior. First pitch low and outside and in the dirt, gets by the catcher. Swung on and missed, a high fastball. Johnston gets him to chase there. That high heat sometimes is hard to lay off. Slings it again there. Up in the count, 2-1. Leg kick, he delivers. Swung on, hit up the middle for a base hit. Bluin with a nice 2-1 count. One ball, 2 strike count hitting there. Sends one right up the middle. This is kind of reminiscent of what happened on Monday. Hanser steps in here. Johnston from the stretch now. Delivers low outside for ball 1. Again, takes a look at the runner. A second look. He delivers. Swung on and missed. The ball was actually in the dirt. Count is 1-1 here. Johnston again checks the runner. He delivers. Swung on. Hit to the shortstop. Throws into second to Como for the 1. Bad throw from second over to first. Gets by first baseman, and it'll send the runner to second base. Probably should have held off on that. I don't think they had him at first. But it would have been wiser to just eat that. The ball kind of flew on Como there, and although Parker Keeney, I believe, is 6'4", it was just a little bit too much for him to handle over there. We got 1 out here, runner on second. Emmon steps in at the plate. Number 3 batter. Brings some power to their lineup. Cole tries to pick off at second base. Pretty good move. Como with the tag, but he's back in there safely. Johnston delivers. Swung on and missed. Fastball. Pretty good hack there by Emmon. From the stretch, checks the runner, delivers in the dirt. Stratton has to pick that one off the plate there. Joining me now is my co-host, Mike Courier. Made his way up here to the crow's nest and is going to call the game with me. Johnston with a fastball hit. Keeney fields it over to first for the out, but advances the runner down to third. We've got 2 outs now. missed a attempt at a double play, and we overthrew first, which advanced that runner, Mike. And now with 2 outs, he's sitting on third. Hopefully it won't come back to haunt us. 4 batter now, and Gordon is at the plate. Pretty good pitch there. Johnson from the stretch, not concerned with the runner. Delivers another fastball, knee high. Two O's the count, delivers, swung on and missed. He kind of brought that up around the eyebrows there and got him to chase.
Well, Cole's keeping the ball pretty low, which is good. Looked like they had a pretty good inning. Got here a little bit after it started. They started a little bit early, and naturally I'm a little bit late. So
yeah,
that's how that works.
Well, they were here. Newfound was here early, and they both teams warmed up. Actually, Newfound got here early enough to take some batting practice, which is surprising on an away field to show up and take batting practice. But they did, and so the umps were here, and they got started a few minutes early. So,
well, that's good.
I was telling the viewers, Mike, I was down there Monday and watched Newfound just absolutely put a drubbing on the Bobcats, and they just hit the ball real solid. Andrew Baxter pitched a good game. I mean, he threw strikes. He didn't walk anybody. Had a few errors behind him, but the Newfound lineup, they hit, I believe, 4 home runs against us down there.
Yeah, I was down when you guys were doing that game. I was down doing the girls softball, and the final score was 15-4 Bobcats, but it was a 7-4 game until I think into the 6th inning, and people got tired, and Plymouth started hitting the ball, and then there was some errors made. People throwing the ball around a little too much, and before you knew it was 15-4. But that Newfound team is not bad, and they got a couple girls getting hit. The number 5 hitter had about as quick a hands as I've seen on anybody, and she put one out in the first inning. She hit a home run. And that was always the threat. yeah, and that's, at 220 down there, that's a pretty good shot for a girl to hit a softball out of that park down there. So, not sure I could have hit it. Yeah, I know, trust me. With a baseball. So, bottom of the first, Plymouth coming up. Bottom of the first, Plymouth coming up. Henry Shaw's going to lead it off. Followed up by Charles Como. Cole Johnson will be in the 3 spot. Andrew Baxter is going to be cleanup. Cam Stratton will be in the 5 spot. Number 6 spot will be Parker Keeney. The 7 hole, Kyle Joyce. In the 8 spot is Colin Roper, and the 9 spot is Jake Crowley. And Brock Tanner will be playing left field. And I believe it is Kyle Joyce will be designating hitting for him. So it's been an interesting season, I think, for all sports throughout the year. Baseball not being any different, where they're playing teams maybe they hadn't played before, and it makes it a little different. But it's interesting, and I think it's great to see local teams coming into Plymouth and Plymouth going to local teams to just kind of match up and see how things go. But it's we're playing baseball, and that's what it's all about. Absolutely. And, I think out of all sports, your baseball and softball sports, because they are such finicky sports and they're so streaky, they're actually, I think, sports you can match up against bigger or smaller schools and you can compete. It's unlike, you don't need the numbers, so to say, that you do in other sports to compete. So, well, it's, pitching 90% of the game, I think they say, but if you've got somebody that can put them down, it's awful hard to beat a team like that. Henry Shaw steps in here. Davis is going to deliver the first pitch. I think that got him. It did. We used to call that the Mountain Dew Award. Whoever ended up the season with the most hits by pitch, we gave him a 2-liter bottle of Mountain Dew. Well, certainly not the way that Davis wanted to start off on the mound. Shot's got pretty good speed. Of course, you don't want to necessarily see him run right off the bat, but he's getting a pretty good jump out there. Pitcher looks over once. Pretty long hold there, yeah. That's it. Delivery comes high and tight on Como there. It's 2. Yeah. I don't know if he's trying to make a statement here early or he's just working on his control.
Shaw's pretty quick, but Mike's, I think Coach Boyle is a little conservative like that. He doesn't want to take himself out of a situation by getting thrown out. He wants to see how the count's going to play out and, really want to get the ball in play.
And in particular, when you start out, you take a pitch here or there because you want to see if the guy's got the control. Now, he's thrown a number of balls. Last pitch was a strike, but
delivers again, inside again. Ball gets away from the catcher.
Yeah.
That's probably what Coach Boyle was hoping for, a little pass ball action there.
He was going on the pitch on that one, though, and I think this pitcher is he looks over once and that's it.
Pretty predictable, I think.
Well, and that's it. If you've got a guy that only looks once, man, as soon as he turns back, you can take off. He might even balk trying to get you off second. But
Como with a 3-1 count draws a walk. That's a hit batter and a walk. That's a pretty good start for the Bobcats.
Charlie's a smart player. He's got a good eye up there. He waits him out. Not going to get too jumpy on anything. Being a senior and all, he's been in the championship situations in other sports as well. So he knows what to do out there.
Oh yeah, he's got a lot of bat speed, so he doesn't panic too much even when he's down on the count. He knows how to two-strike hit and be defensive and just get the ball in play most times. Now we got Johnston stepping into the plate, the big gun here. Cole, I think, leads the team with home runs. Let's see what Davis does with Johnston with 2 men on. Another high inside.
This pitcher needs to make a little adjustment on the rubber. He's got to slide a little to the left because everything he's throwing is inside and high. So he's got to follow through, but he's got to slide a little to the left side.
Another high one.
Yeah.
Got Johnston to react a little bit. Didn't chase, though. It's ball 2. He's not even checking the runners now, Mike, you notice. Yeah. I'm not sure he offered there. What'd you think on that one, Mike? I thought he just twisted his upper half and kept the bat back.
Yeah, it must have been off the corner of the plate. I don't know, but it looked a little inside. But that,
Right.
Of course, we have a much better view from here.
Yeah, we don't want to help him in this situation here. I think that would have been ball 3, and now we would have had a 3-1 count. But
it's 2-2.
Now it's back 2-2. Yeah, it doesn't appear that Davis is even checking the runners at this point. He's just he turns and tries a pickoff play.
Okay.
Maybe that was the setup. Don't look at him a few times. And
well, he might be getting that sign from his coach.
Right. 2-2's the count. That's a called third strike there. It looked a little looked number high, but hey, when 2 strikes on you, right, you got to try and get a piece on that ball.
Yeah, you got to go after it if it's anywhere close.
Right.
You don't want to be looking, and that's not. I don't think that's usual for Cole.
Right.
He's an athlete, and he's pretty aggressive.
You want to try and at least foul that pitch off, but
yeah, protect the plate. Put the bat on the ball.
Right. That brings backs to the plate, number 4 batter. We got 1 out with 2 men on. Hopefully Andrew can put the ball in play and make something happen here. He certainly is struggling to find the plate.
Yeah. Yeah, he needs to make an adjustment on the mound, and unless you've worked with pitchers a lot, you don't necessarily think about that.
Second strike there, swung on and missed. Pretty good cut by Baxter. It's tough to tell where the miss is. It looks like he was right on it. Didn't look like he was behind it or ahead of it. That looked pretty close to the one he called on Johnston there. He didn't call it. So far, though, I don't think we haven't seen Davis throw anything but a fastball, have we, Mike?
No,
that's ball 4.
Okay, we got him loaded with 1 out.
It brings the sophomore to the plate, Cam Stratton, the catcher. Stratton, he does have some power. He on his debut game here a few weeks ago, starting for the first time on varsity, he did hit 1 out of the park here. So he has that ability. Still young, got a lot to learn though. Bases loaded, 1 out. Bobcats trying to manufacture something here.
Oh, we're high and inside again, so
Yeah.
just a waiting game here. You might even take a strike.
I'm guessing Coach Boyle has him taken until he gets a strike, maybe even until he gets 2 strikes in this situation with bases loaded.
There we go. Foul ball.
Surprised he had the green light there, but Coach Boyle must have some confidence in him that he wants him to put the bat on the ball. But he walked 2 out of the 4 batters and hit 1.
Mm-hmm.
And arguably the strikeout wasn't picture perfect, but counts 1-1 now.
He must be throwing a little wrinkle in there.
It's something,
There's gotta be, because the batter kind of held up, so it must be breaking a little bit.
I don't know. It doesn't look like a true curveball. It seems like it's got a little more velocity, and maybe it's a slider. Yeah. And he looks like he just threw it again. It slid more across the plate.
Yeah.
Swung on and missed. Elevated that one, got it up around the eyeballs. That's hard to resist.
Yeah.
Well, Davis has got 2 outs here, although he has pretty much walked the bases full. He's working hard to get himself out of it right now.
Well, he seems to be finding a little bit of the range now. He's got enough speed. That was a nice pitch right there, the strike. So maybe he just needed to walk and hit 3 guys before he got going, but he's throwing the ball pretty well right now.
Get the jitters out.
I think that was an attempt at a curve ball, but it didn't really break much. It was up high. You get the high release, it doesn't usually break.
Doesn't look like there's much change in velocity either. It's got quite a bit of zip on it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, Coach Underwood would prefer a lazy curveball. Change that speed, be nice and lazy, you know.
Yeah.
Get him reaching for it. Got 1 ball and 2 strikes here. Just misses on the outside.
Okay, that was a good call because I thought that was a little low and away.
Tough pitch to watch, though, with 2 strikes. I
Yeah.
think. Most batters, I think, would try and at least foul that off.
It's a curveball.
Yeah, but
That
it's
came down and around a little bit.
Yeah,
so,
from here it doesn't look like it's getting in there enough to be a strike. But of course we have a different angle, and the umpire says it's a strike. But that Davis gets himself out of that. So, folks, we'll be back with you in just a moment. At the top of the second.
Yeah, top of the second.
Got Davis coming to the plate, the pitcher. It's the number 5 batter.
Well, he's probably one of the better hitters, one of the better athletes on the team. You're hitting number 5, you're there to move people around.
Yeah, I believe he hit one of the home runs the other night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that pitch there was around the knees. The ump didn't call it, so that kind of establishes where we're going with it on the bottom side of that strike zone. Outside. Johnson's dug himself a hole here. It's 3-0.
Is it inside?
Yeah, he likes that inside corner.
The ump, I think, is setting up a little on the inside there.
Here's ball 4.
Eesh.
Davis draws the walk.
And the walks come back to haunt you usually, but in this case, maybe not.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be, it didn't come back to haunt Davis last inning. Hopefully it won't come back to haunt Johnson on this inning, but that brings up Macklin, the catcher. Low and in the dirt there. Cole's got to settle down here. He had a pretty good first inning.
He's got a looks like he's got to lengthen his stride a little bit. He's coming down pretty quick, and the release is going to be lower. I think he needs to push off and stretch that front foot out a little bit more. It'll bring the ball up.
Dialed that one in for a strike. He's probably just trying to quicken his step to avoid the runner from stealing. But you know, the number 5 batter, 6 batters are typically not going to steal on you. Yep, definitely doesn't want to call that outside corner, and
no.
That's been established. So we're going to have to stay away from that. Ball 4 again. That's 2 walks in a row. Again, not efficient here.
Well, we got number 6. That's like your second leadoff guy. He's in a lefty.
This is Joyce. I actually saw him put one over here by the ski jump during batting practice earlier, so I think he has that threat to hit the long ball as well.
Well, they're not.
Got runners on first and second here, no outs. Both were put on with walks. Count is 1-1. Be nice to get a strikeout here in this situation and set yourself up for a possible double play to end the inning.
Yeah.
The hitters count here at 3-1.
That looked good. Here we go. Again, I think the umpire likes that side of the plate.
He does like that side, yep.
It's a little fat on that side, which we like, you know. The skinny side we don't want. Nice job. Nice job. That came in with it again.
Yeah, way to go right back to that pitch for Cole.
Yeah.
He's obviously seeing that. The ump likes it. It's the inside corner for the right-handed batters. It's the outside corner for the left-handed batters, and he likes it. So that was a big strikeout.
Yeah, well, I think he looks like he's set up on that side, you know, his view.
Attempts the pickoff.
Good job by Charlie. Charlie Como blocked that one. It was a little bit in the dirt.
Yeah, last thing we want to do is send that into center field and advance those runners and put them in scoring position with 1 out. Well, this brings Downs to the plate, second baseman. He's pretty intent on that pickoff mood, on that move there. I don't know.
Well, I don't know I don't think the guy's getting that much of a lead, but you know.
Yeah, I don't think that sign's coming from the bench. Strike 2 there, 2 swung on and missed.
I wouldn't waste another pitch. I'd throw a fastball again, and I don't think this kid can keep up with it.
Yeah, keep it out of the dirt. Good pitch with 2 strikes there. Good pitch.
Yeah.
Tough to lay off.
I'll tell you, those umpires should be calling the pitches from up here because we got a better view. There we go. There we go. Cole's helping himself. Nice job. Got 2.
2 outs. Again, two back-to-back strikeouts kind of helps his cause here.
Get it on the ground and just step on a base here. Okay, good job by Stratton keeping the ball in front of him.
Yeah, the sophomore's learning trial by fire back there. He's catching for 2 seniors this year that can, you know, have a lot of velocity on that ball, and he's doing a great job back there. But brings Hennessy to the plate. He's the DH.
Well,
not quite the swing you expect out of a DH, though, huh?
I was just thinking that.
Yeah. I mean, he just kind of waved at it. But again, Cole's just throwing it by him at this point. Again, I wouldn't waste anything but a fastball.
No, and the hitter is waving. You watch his bat; it's waving around all over the place. Doesn't get set. You see the hitch. drops the hands as well, so he's got an awful lot of movement, and I think a high fastball would take him right out of the game. Good eye.
Yeah, goes back-to-back 2 low strikes there, hoping he'll chase. But a lot of discipline by Hennessy on that with 2 strikes. A lot of discipline.
And there it is. And that probably would have been a ball, but
yeah, he let 2 low strikes go with 2 strikes on him, and then ended up chasing one in the end. So
might have figured that too close to call.
Well, folks, we'll be back with you in just a moment in the 3rd inning. All right, folks, here we are back in the bottom of the 2nd. I actually had ended that previous half inning and said we were in the 3rd. We're actually in the bottom of the 2nd here. Bobcats with their 2nd trip to the plate.
We got a nothing ball game.
0-0. Got Kyle Joyce coming to the plate, the DH.
Here we go.
Davis delivers, and there's that low outside strike that we haven't gotten. We'll see if maybe he opens up his strike zone a little bit. It's 2 in a row, same spot.
He likes it. Yep. This way you shorten and protect the plate. I don't see anybody doing that stuff anymore. You know, it's all swing from the heels and.
Yeah, well, that's what Major League Baseball has done to us. It's become a home run fest there. But Joyce goes down on strikes there, swinging.
It's sort of like watching basketball. The NBA traveling is anything, I think, more than 3 steps. And kids are getting upset because they get called in 2 steps. You know?
That brings Colin Roper to the plate. His first pitch swinging, fouls one off.
If that had stayed fair, it would have been like a good bunt.
Been tough to, tough to make a play on that one. Yeah, you don't see small ball anymore, even in high school. You just don't. It's all these unwritten rules about how you're supposed to play the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, you got 2 strikes on you. You need to crowd that plate. You need to get down and just make contact with the ball.
Yeah.
And you don't see a lot of it. They just stay in the same stance and just take the big old swing. You don't see moving back in the box, up in the box, you know, that sort of thing based upon how fast that guy's putting it by you.
Right. I remember, if someone was bringing some heat, we would always go up and scratch that back line out. And
That's right.
By the end of the game, by halfway through the game, it would be gone, and we could keep creeping back until the umpires told us to move forward.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you, the lady softball puts the ball on the ground as far as bunting and whatnot. They've got some girls with some speed. Maggie Boyd's just an absolute tiger on the bases.
Yeah, if she gets on, she's guaranteed to make her way to 3rd before the end of the inning. And hopefully somebody hits her in, or even a pass ball, she's going to steal her way around. So Roper draws a walk there. Pretty good at bat.
Here we go.
Fouled one off, swung and missed one. And then draws 4 balls and gets the walk. Jake Crowley to the plate now.
Jake's a pretty good athlete. He's, I believe he's going to be playing some basketball at NHIAA next year.
Very nice. Swung on and missed the first pitch.
Well, I like the swing. I think he was just trying to frighten the pitcher on that one.
Yeah, pretty good hack there for sure. Roper with not very much of a lead. Popped up high.
Well,
shortstop's calling for it. Shortstop's calling for it. He's got it.
Nice play.
Throws in. Roper goes way off the bag. Has to get back in head first.
That's a tough one always because it's a shallow hit. into left, and you got to get down there a little bit in the event that he drops it so you can get to second, but you can't get too far off or you get thrown out.
Yeah, it's
you
a
know.
tough one to judge. I
Yeah.
mean, especially with the shortstop going back like that.
Yeah.
That shortstop's, I watched him play on Monday, probably one of the best shortstops in the state. You know, he has got a lot of range there. Most shortstops wouldn't have gotten that. The left fielder would have called him off.
Yeah.
And,
And you look at the shortstop, they usually have the strongest arm other than the pitcher on the field. So.
and that's what I'm saying. With him going back and calling the ball, you know, coach is going to have the runner come off first a little bit further in case he misses it.
Yeah.
If the left fielder's charging in calling it, we're probably not going to get off the bag as far. Another pop up here to right field.
This one's
Shot.
going to be trouble. It's
Gets
going to
over
be
his head.
We got to run to home,
Sending him home.
and we got triple. We got a sliding triple.
Henry Shaw with the triple here. Off the bat, I didn't think it was going to get over the right fielder's head, Mike. I thought it was an average fly ball.
Yep.
It took some wings and ended up back here by the fence. And
I do think that number 6 might have misplayed it just a little bit, but it was still a good hit. I mean, you can't take anything away from that.
We'll take it at this point.
Yeah.
And then the relay in, both cutoffs were missed, and that
Yep.
allowed us to score that run. So.
And leave a guy on third now. So.
Right. Charlie Como steps in here with a runner on third. High and tight. Turns in on the pitch.
Now, if that was the major leagues, I'd say trying to brush him back a little
Yeah.
bit, but I just can't go there.
Well.
I think this kid's been inside and high. I mean, he's
Pretty consistent.
pretty
yeah.
consistently. So I'm sure there was no malice aforethought. I don't know about you. Did that look like a strike?
Well,
I didn't want to call it, but
it's tough to tell but
It
here,
is.
but that's the same pitch that he
Yeah.
has called.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen him call that pitch a couple of times today, but then not call it. So I don't know if it depends on the count or what.
Yeah.
2 balls and no strike hitting there. Como fouls one off down the right side. Right fielder never even attempted that, and the ball stayed in play.
Yeah.
Got 2 balls and 1 strike here. Still a hitter's count.
Well, you see, the right fielder also has the glove in the wrong hand. I don't know if you noticed that.
Hey, I see that.
That's what I used to tell my brother. Steve, put it on your correct hand.
Como's 3-1 now. He took that one kind of high and tight. Looked like that off-speed pitch he's trying to throw that he can't get any break on. 3-1 count here. Good call, I think, there. Davis taking way too much time on the mound, and Como calls the time to catch a breath.
It's kind of like, okay, who's going to take who out of their tempo?
Right. Three-run pitch in the dirt.
go.
Como draws the walk.
Now let's see what happens. We've got a first and third situation. We were 1 out, correct?
1 out.
So it'll be interesting. Charlie's got good speed, good base runner.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if Boyle doesn't send him to draw a throw to second or to see if we can't just outright steal that bag. Yeah. Newfound's going to call a time here, though.
Well,
and
and you got your number 3 hitter coming up with Cole Johnston, and Cole can hit that thing. So this is a good spot for Plymouth to be in right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think Coach will have the steal on. Charlie's got enough speed to steal the bag outright, usually, and if he draws a throw, or hopefully we'll score that run. Be my guess with 1 out, they wouldn't throw into second anyway. They're going to try to throw it to the shortstop or rifle it back to the pitcher or something like that to get the third runner on third to try and sneak off or something.
I don't think I've seen a cutoff by the shortstop since I played a million years ago. We used to do all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah. We had a lot of tricks in the bag back then. Yeah. Coach, I played for, of course, Coach Underwood, and he'd have all kinds of colors and numbers that he'd be shouting during the game. And 99% of the time, that didn't mean anything. They just were to confuse the other team. Yeah. Well, Johnston steps in here. Good position for him. Runners on first and third. Off on the pitch. Como's going to steal that bag outright.
Yeah, Charlie got a great jump on that. The kid's not looking back. He's not checking anything.
Yeah.
Back in the old day, would have tried the fake to first, go to third on first and third. But
that first pitch was in there for a strike.
yeah.
Gets Johnson to chase on that high fastball. He's got to just relax. And
I think he wasn't happy with himself on that one. He saw that big fat one coming up. And
that ball comes out of the hand and rises up towards your eyes. It's hard sometimes to lay off that, and that's why the pitches will elevate.
I think that was an attempt at a curveball. Right
Yeah,
there.
it actually was. I think it was actually caught behind
think
Cole
so.
on that.
I think so.
Nobody wants to get hit by a pitch, but if you're going to get hit by a pitch, we'd rather get hit by a curveball than a fastball.
Yeah, for sure. Woo! Took a little off that.
That was that off-speed pitch.
Yeah.
That was on that inside corner that he'd been calling, but again from here, you notice Johnson changed his stance a little. Bat on his shoulder. Looks like he's trying to shorten that swing up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Strike three.
Well, there was 2 outs there. I thought there was 1 out.
Yeah, I
Surprised
did
they didn't
too.
go after the steal. You got to, senior at the plate like that, you got to go after the ball. You got to try and put it in play. So
Yeah.
that brings us to the end of the second inning, folks, and we'll be back with you shortly. All right, folks, here we are back in the third inning. I believe we're at the top of the order. Are we in the fourth, Mike?
That I can't see the.
I thought we'd only been to the plate 3 times, the Bobcats.
Getting the sign. It is top of the fourth.
And the Bears are back at the top of the order here. I think Bluen actually led off the game with a solid base hit up the middle, if I remember right.
It's a nice pitch by Cole. We got a 1-0 ball game here, top of the fourth.
Pretty nice off-speed pitch there.
And he's keeping it down.
Yeah.
I mean, as a pitcher, you keep the ball down, it's a lot harder to hit.
That kind of dropped off the table, as they say.
Mm.
And he's working his sophomore catcher there with that fastball in the dirt.
That's right. It's good for him. Nobody on base.
I was saying in the last game I did, Stratton was on his debut as a sophomore, and he had to chase a few balls back to the backstop. And I said, I think Tom Underwood put that backstop back on purpose to toughen his catchers up so they'd get sick of chasing balls and they'd stop them. Swung on and
Nice
missed.
ball.
He strikes him out.
First one's up and down. And having it around the. Nice.
This brings up the shortstop, Hanser. Again, I watched him warm up on Monday and watched him play. And I guess he plays a lot of summer baseball and fall baseball, and he is a very, very smooth baseball player. He had a home run against us on Monday as well.
Bristol area has had some good ball players over the decades. They had some good town teams, and they've had some good kids come up through the high school.
Yeah, it's a town with a good program down there. I know at the youth level they're doing a lot of hard work because with our Cal Ripken program here that I'm involved in, I was just talking to their president today about our tournament, their tournament that we have in the summer, and they're working hard down there, especially in lieu of just recently, within a year or so, they were trying to cut all the middle school funding down there for sports, which, you and I are both old jocks, so it doesn't make any sense to us to cut middle school sports. No. Thank God they didn't. So.
Yeah. And if they try to, we're just going to donate and volunteer.
Right. We're going to find a way. Yep. I think we got a 2-2 count here against Hanser. Swung on and missed. Johnston's bringing the fire with that fastball. That's
sure is.
I don't know if he's fired up from Monday's loss, but he's bringing some extra acceleration today, I think.
I do think the Bobcats probably want to send a different message today. You get spanked like that, it's pretty tough.
Yeah. This brings up the 3-batter, Hemmon. Another fastball, fouled off straight back.
I was told at the softball game I shouldn't say things because it'll jinx us, so I'm going to refrain from what I was just thinking.
Well, I'm not going to say that I haven't been superstitious over the years myself with things, but I truly believe it's, you make or break yourself in the game. You know what I mean? You gotta make the plays. The pitcher pitches you, he serves you up a ground ball in the infield. You got to make the play. We didn't do that on Monday.
Yeah.
He gives you a fly ball. You got to catch it. Swung on, short fly ball to center field. Crowley's in on it.
Nice job. Crowley's got good speed too.
Yeah, great inning there for the Bobcats. 3 up, 3 down.
Yeah. Cole had thrown a nice curveball for the second strike in there, a little change of pace and pretty good little break on it. And, so he looked good that inning. He was throwing a lot of strikes and keeping the ball down and showed some good speed.
Yeah, his fastball had some extra acceleration. I don't know if it's just slowly getting himself warmed up, but he definitely had more juice on it in that inning. And if he can throw that curveball the way he did in that inning where it's dropping off the table, it's going to be difficult for them to stay balanced in the batter's box today.
And, you get more drop on that. It's a much tougher ball to hit. I used to throw a curveball, but I threw a drop also where you come over the top 12-6, and nobody could hit it. Kids would be on their knees trying to swing at it because it's just that one dimension. It's going straight down. It's tough one to hit.
You talk about teams from the Newfound area over the years. I played with a couple of players from Newfound back in the day on the Twin Rivers All-Star team. Paul and Adam Fournier, both great, great baseball players. Yeah, speaking of the two Fournier boys, I mean, Adam was a shortstop and a pitcher, and Paul was a pitcher and a catcher, and just unbelievable athletes from that area down there.
I can remember them later on playing softball, and they pretty good ball players.
Oh yeah,
good guys too.
So here we are, bottom of the third. He's going to bring number 4 batter Baxter to the plate. Hopefully Baxter can pick up Johnston from the last inning and put the ball in play here and make something happen.
It's interesting, his windup, he throws from a stretch.
I didn't notice if he started the game from the stretch of the windup, Mike, to be honest with you. But you're right, I just noticed that. With nobody on, he's still staying in the stretch.
And I don't know, sometimes guys, if they're having trouble with control, they feel better by doing that. But I certainly don't think you get the push off, to throw the ball harder.
No, absolutely not. 2 fastballs in a row, and Baxter's fouled both of them straight back, which means he's right on it. He just needs to make solid contact and barrel that ball up. But unfortunately now, he's got to try and just stay in the game here. And 2-strike hit. There's that curveball behind the back again, and I think Andrew was willing to take that one if it hit him. He just kind of stood there.
It's the thing when you release that ball, you got to release it in front of you. You release too high, and that's what happens.
That's an advantage to the Bobcats, though. They know he can't throw his curveball right now, so they're just going to hopefully, tee in and sit on that fastball.
I think that might have been a mini curve on that one, but it was high, so.
I'm assuming the calls are coming from the bench there, and, his coach said, no, you're going to throw that curveball. You're going to get it, Without it, you're going to be a sitting duck. So, another fastball. Swung on and missed. Baxter goes down swinging.
Well, I think fastball is his best pitch. And, when you got 2 strikes on somebody, unless they're a real good hitter, you're going to go with your best pitch.
Absolutely, yeah. And he's kind of found his groove here. He was pretty efficient there, through strikes. Brings the sophomore Stratton to the plate. Leaves that one down in the dirt. Low and away there. Stratton ahead in the count now. Misses high and inside.
Pitching is such a game of mechanics. and making adjustments sometimes just a little bit makes a big difference on the end result.
Yeah, like earlier you were mentioning, moving one way or the other on the mound, or, digging a hole a little differently, filling in the landing hole. Swung on, hit hard to left field, high and deep. That might have the legs to get out of here. Off the fence.
Off the fence.
Stratton is going to have a stand-up double here. Nice hit by the sophomore. He had a 3-1 count there, and he sat on that fastball.
Yeah.
Almost got out of here in one of the deepest parts of the field.
Yeah, that's the thing, getting it up a little bit higher like that. And Stratton looks like he's a fairly short guy, so.
Yeah, he's pretty compact. He's a strong kid. He got a real, as my son Charlie describes it, as a violent swing. So he definitely can hit the ball out of the park, and that showed it right there off the fence.
Yeah.
But that ball the other day in Newfound was out of the park by 40 feet.
Yeah.
Because it's 300 all the way around, a 305 to the lines and 300 in center. And one of the things the Bobcat boys were talking about during the game, were kind of mocking some of the home runs, but Newfound was that those won't work in Plymouth, and that shows it there. And that would have been out in Newfound by a long shot, and it hits the fence here for a double.
Yeah.
Swung on and missed by Parker Keeney. And you know as well as I know that whether the fence short or not, home runs can be demoralizing.
Oh, yeah.
Because it blows the other fans up, it blows the bench up, and as a defense, it kind of sucks the wind out of you.
Yeah, can change momentum.
Yeah. Misses high there,
Yeah.
brings it to the 3-1 count.
I think Parker, is he like 6'3" or?
He's 6'4", I
6'4",
think.
yeah.
Yeah. And he can hit the ball deep. He's hit the ball out of the park this year. If he gets those arms extended. 3-1 pitch. That was the one to tee off on.
Yeah. He's a golfer, so he's got that hand-eye thing going on.
And he's also got that big sweeping golf swing too, though.
Mm-hmm.
When he can get his arms extended, it's going to go a mile. But
he got hit in the back.
That one hurt, though.
Yeah, it did.
Parker, a real tough kid, but he winced there in pain for a little bit. Took a step. That was just a.
I think I winced a little bit.
Yeah, that
Coach.
kind of was right there in the kidney area, I think. But certainly not what Davis wanted to do there in that situation after giving up the double is hit the next batter with 2 strikes on him.
Well, again, he's inside and on the right-handed hitters, so that's.
And I think the Bobcats are willing to take the pitch if it's inside. They're gonna take it, take the free bag. Let's bring Kyle Joyce to the plate.
There we go.
Davis right back at it, though. Delivers a strike. This is high there.
Got away from him a little bit on that one.
I think when he tries to over-accelerate, that's what happens. It kind of gets away from him and he throws it off high. Swung on. Gonna end up out of play.
Tagging up on second. Smart.
Oh, again. I thought that was going to float out of play. That would have been an easy out there. That's 2 balls in play that the Newfound players, the right fielder and now the first baseman, just kind of gave up on. Maybe it was looking in that sun when they turned their head or what, but I think you got to go after those. This is way outside on that one.
Yeah, he's got to throw some strikes and let the defense do their job.
Yeah, we didn't see the defense on Monday much because the Bobcats really rarely put the ball in play. Oh, he picked him off at second base. That's a sophomore mistake right there, Mike.
Yep, it is.
He caught him leaning. Davis wasn't looking, hasn't been looking the whole game. Probably got a sign from the bench, like you said, and throws in, and now there's 2 outs. Takes us right out of a scoring situation there.
Yeah, and initially you're going to go a body length and a step so that you can take 1 step and dive back in.
Davis misses low there. fouled off into the bleacher area over there. I heard Coach Boyle yell at Parker, go Parker. I think he had given him the steal sign, and he just ignored it or didn't get it, one or the other. And counts, I believe it's two outs with a full count, so he's telling him to be off with the pitch. In case we find a gap, we'll get that extra base. And Joyce draws a walk.
So.
See, now we'd have bases loaded, with one out rather than first and second with 2 outs. It's, again, that's a sophomore mistake, and I'm sure Coach Boyle will have his moment with the young man and hopefully correct that from ever happening again. Davis delivers low in the dirt there. Brings Colin Roper to the plate.
Davis's pitch count's getting up there a little bit.
Yeah, he hasn't been efficient, and that runs your pitch count up fast. Swung on and missed.
Nice pitch.
Beautiful pitch, not a great swing. Roper just kind of waved the bat at it, let go, and finished the swing with one hand.
Not your power swing.
No, he didn't drive through the ball there. I don't know if he was fooled on the pitch or what, but.
Did he go? He went.
That curveball way outside, but he gets him to go. Strike,
there you go.
fastball right to the second baseman. Shortstop picks it up. They were playing him right up the middle. Both the second baseman and the shortstop were tight up the middle. And
a good hit. And, shortstop, they had it covered well. And shortstop being right there to back up, made the play. So that was smart on his part. I think you had indicated the shortstop's a pretty good ball player. And
yeah, he's definitely, I think, probably one of the best ball players in their division, just from what I saw the other night. But yeah, he was there. The second baseman went to field it, booted the ball actually, probably trying to field it and touch second all in one time and booted it, but the shortstop was there to clean him up and get the third out. But that pickoff at second base comes back to haunt us there because that would have scored a run with bases loaded, unless they'd have turned it. They wouldn't have turned a double play because the ball would have been booted. So we'd have scored a run in that situation. But hey, we still have the lead here, 1-0, and we'll hold on to that as long as we can. And if Johnston can keep pitching as efficient as he is, he should be able to win a 1-0 ball game. All right, folks, we're back with you here. Johnston hiding inside, gets him to swing on that.
I think I heard that ball hit the mitt before I saw the bat come around on that one. That was a pretty nice fastball.
Low one in the dirt there. I believe this is Gordon for Newfound up to the plate. Swung on, hit back to the pitcher.
Nice job by the pitcher.
I think Cole initially was just going to tag him, but then he said, I'll just toss it over to first and get the easy out. That was Gordon because this brings up Davis, the pitcher. I believe he drew a walk the first time up. Be curious to see how Johnston goes at him here. Johnston starts him with a curveball, yeah.
Yeah, got a nice little break in there.
Got him off balance there, got him to swing at it. He wants to keep him off balance. He knows he's a threat to tie
Same
the
thing,
game.
threw it again, but that was a low pitch, but he swung anyway. So we got no balls and 2 strikes.
I think
not going to give him anything good, is he?
No, I wouldn't pitch a strike to him for sure, but I would think I'd switch back to that fastball and go high around the eyeballs and get him to wave.
Yeah, and he does.
Right down the middle.
3. Yeah.
That was perfectly set up with those two curveballs. Davis was uncomfortable in the box. He couldn't get settled in there after those 2 curveballs. That brings up Macklin. This is out and away.
Getting good fastball. Foul.
Yeah, I noticed Cole's picking up his pace a little bit. As the game draws on and he gets in a groove, he likes to work a little quicker, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Well, you get in a rhythm, you know, and the worst thing is the batter steps out of the box and changes that tempo to kind of throw you off a little bit.
Throws that curveball, but Macklin stays off it. Cole was a 10U player and a 12U player. You know, he would pitch for us, and if he started to struggle, our secret was to give him some bubble gum. And as soon as he started chewing that bubble gum, high fly ball in the infield. Como's back, he's underneath it.
Charlie Como with a nice play.
There's the third out.
Good range.
So what we do is give him some hubba bubba bubble gum and a little bit of sugar, and
yeah, he was good to
go.
2
minutes later, he'd be right back into it throwing strikes for us. We used to make a joke about it, Coach Bounds and I, back in the day. Well, that brings the end to the end, folks. We'll be back with you in just a moment.
Here we are, folks. Plymouth's at the plate right now. It's bottom of the fourth. Catcher throwing down to second. Want to thank Pemmy Baker TV for the great job they do for the Bobcats in all sports throughout the year. It really makes a difference. It's great having a TV station in your own town that you can watch local kids that you know playing the games that you like to watch. So.
Absolutely. Even with what's going on with the pandemic aside, there's a lot of people that can't make these games and these sporting events that are hardcore Plymouth High School supporters. And you're right, Pemmy Baker TV are just champions for everybody in this area who are into these high school sports. We've got Crowley at the plate here.
First 2 pitches are balls.
He is the 9 batter. That'll turn us over to the top of the order here. Hits that corner, gets that strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hitters count here, though. Crowley should be looking for a strike. Swung on and fouled straight back.
Kind of like that.
It was a pretty good swing there. 2-2 is the count. At this point, just concentrate on putting it in play. Make the defense make a play. Leaves that one up and out. Brings it to a full count. Misses high and out. Crowley wins the battle there. Takes the free bag.
Well, now you got your number 9s on first base, which is great with nobody out. Now you got guys that can put the ball down or hit it, and you can move somebody along. So.
Absolutely. Got some signs going on over there at third base by Coach Boyle. We'll see what he's trying to dial up here. Maybe as we're moving on in the game, he's going to try and make something happen. Misses again there. Davis struggling again.
Yeah, I almost think they're going to take a strike here. You know, Davis has had a little control issue the last couple innings, and
yeah, we'll probably see about throws into first there. Probably see how this count plays out before he tries a bunt or a steal or anything like that. Crowley with a short lead. Takes off on the pitch. It's a hit and run.
Hit and run.
It's going to work out. He should have been digging for third. In the dirt. He's going to be safe at first. Crowley moving into third.
That's right. And I think the throw was not in time. It was a low throw and it was dropped. But I think he beat it out.
Yeah, that was a called hit and run.
Yeah.
Like there was 1 ball, no strikes, I believe, was the count.
Yeah.
And he had Crowley going on the pitch, and that was, you know.
There's some small ball.
Yeah,
we like that.
Yeah,
we like
that. Shaw was swinging all the way. I was up around the letters when he put his bat on that ball. Now we've got runners at first and third with Charlie Como at the plate. No outs. He's squaring to bunt. Runner takes off. He pulls the bat back. Just an attempt at protecting the runner, I think.
Yeah. Yep. See what kind of movement. I don't think third base moved an inch, and first base they weren't.
Yeah.
Either they weren't ready, they weren't expecting it. But
So now we got no outs, runners in scoring position. You know, and you get your 3 seniors coming up. You know, you expect that someone's gonna put the ball in play. Como puts the ball in play.
On the ground, we got a run scoring, and then
Picks up the RBI. Nice job by the senior. Like I said, 3 seniors coming up. One of them's got to score a run here, you know.
we still got a runner on third in position.
That 1 out moves the runner to third, scores 1. Now you've got Johnston coming to the plate.
I think Cole's about due.
Yeah, I think he's 0 for 2 right now with 2 strikeouts, but he hadn't seemed to felt comfortable in there. But you know, it's like I said, it's a funny sport. It's a streaky sport. Swung on and missed. There's that curveball.
Yep.
I think Davis is kind of paying him back there. But you know, the thing about baseball is people don't. You know, a lot of people don't understand. Kids have a hard time with the hitting piece of it. It's like, well, it's the hardest thing to do in sports.
Yeah.
You know, and the best in the game hit the ball 3 out of 10 times.
Right. Right.
Well,
Two strikes on him.
yeah, finds himself in a
Two
hole
curveballs.
again. I'd say he's going to come back with that. Oh, gets him to swing in the dirt. He throws in.
Oh.
I'm not sure he had to throw in. Great job by the senior by running to first on that.
That scored the man from third as well.
Yeah, we'll see what the umpire rules on that.
I think they don't seem to be discussing it.
Yeah.
And the Newfound coach isn't coming out to question it. So
Tough to tell from here whether that was actually in the dirt or not.
I think Cole kind of slid into the middle of the base path there on that.
He slid over a little bit.
And the first baseman dropped it. But I think the catcher was a little bit surprised. He didn't seem to react too quick on that.
I think they're getting together to discuss it now, but I don't think anybody asked him to. The umpire calls him safe.
That was pretty quick. So
I'm not sure what happened there, Mike. Nobody questioned it, did they?
no, not really. I didn't see anybody come out and question
So I'm not really sure why the 2 umpires discussed it, but
it. Yeah.
well, that was great heads up by Cole by legging that out and forcing the catcher to throw in, and they botched the throw at first, which also scored the run. Johnston's off on the pitch. He's going to be in there safely. He's going to come up. Throw gets by him. I think Cole wanted to go, but Boyle was holding him up. You know, doesn't want to end a good thing at this point. We've scored 2 runs this inning, capitalizing on a couple of mistakes, and got 1 out runner at second. Brings Baxter to the plate. Swung on and fouled off. Almost sounded like he got some catcher's glove there.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that was just a quick foul off into the glove.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying interference?
Yeah. Hey, I'll try and get us everything I can, Mike, at this point, after the drumming we took on Monday.
That's small ball, too. You
Yeah.
got to take advantage of everything.
Swung on. Line drive to left field. It's going to get to a gap.
He's in the
He's
gap.
going to score Johnston. Baxter's going to leg for 2.
And
Gets by the left fielder.
So we got a stand-up double, scoring another run.
Yeah,
Bobcats up 4-0.
You know, like I said, with runners on and no outs, the 3 seniors coming up.
Yeah.
You know, here's your time.
Yeah.
Here's your time. You got to score those runs.
Yeah.
Newfound's going to call a timeout here, and I don't know if they're just going to discuss things or they're going to make a pitching change.
Well, usually you make one trip at least before you pull them, but I don't know who they have as a backup, who their next guy is.
Yeah,
They're going to take him out.
Yeah, looks like he doesn't look happy about it. Davis is upset, but
you know, a competitive pitcher never wants to be taken out. You know, it's
right.
You're ticked off at yourself, and you just want that opportunity to come back and fix it.
Yeah, and I think you know, Davis was you know, had some efficient innings there, but I think at the end of the day, what was his Achilles heel was walks today. He walked too many batters, and he wasn't consistent enough. And you know, but other than that, you can tell he's you know the reason why he's their ace. He's a big, strong kid. He throws hard, and you know, but you know, like I said, baseball's funny. Some days it's your day, some days it's not. So, well, that brings in Gordon. They're going to replace Davis with Gordon.
And I can recall the old days and how, you could go out and pitch a great game and, well, good job, but, you walked 3 guys and you can't walk people.
Right, right.
And it's true. I mean, they always come back to haunt you.
Yeah, even if the runs don't score, sometimes it gets in your head, and the other team gets a little more patient in the box. And
Well, the other thing too, as a pitcher, if you're not finding the plate, you tend to take a little off the ball to try to get it in there, and then it's more like batting practice pitching than it is, a person going all out. So.
Right, or it goes back to the mechanics like you spoke of earlier. Then they try and change their mechanics. They try and short arm it or aim it or throw it like a dart, you know, rather than a baseball. And but
I always used to mark off when I threw a good pitch in warm-ups, I'd mark off where my foot came down, because that was a good place. If I found myself coming short or long on that, then I'd know that I needed to shorten or lengthen the stride. And that was a helpful thing to do.
That brings Stratton to the plate now, who hit one deep the last at bat, bounced off the fence. First one in there for a strike. Baxter with a lead. Swung on, hit sharply down third base. Fair ball.
It hit the bat. Yeah, it hit the
off
bag.
the bag. He's going to hold Baxter at third. Not known for his speed, so they're going to hold him up.
Well, I'm going to make a prognostication. I'm going to foresee him not getting picked off first this time.
Well, he better hope for his sake he doesn't get picked off this time on the base bats.
Yeah, I think that they'd be putting a pinch runner in for him if that happens too many times.
Yeah, first and third here. Stratton with a big league. I'm assuming he's going to be. Oh, I'm surprised he wasn't off with the pitch. Nobody's holding him. Yeah, like I say, coach is giving him some signs. He probably assumed it. Coach Boyle probably assumed it was a given, but now this time I think he's giving him the sign here to steal. Now they're actually going to hold him. On the pitch, and he's off. Swung on, missed.
It's a foul ball.
Fouled off. Parker Keeney at the plate. We'll see if Stratton has the go again, and he doesn't. He holds off. He's off on that pitch, swung on, fouled off again.
Stratton's going to need some oxygen.
I know. He threw his head back on that one, like, as if to say, "Are you kidding me? Like I'm trying to steal the base here."
Trying to get his steps in, I guess.
Swung on and missed.
A little change-up curve on that, it looked like.
Yeah, took something off it at least, maybe even a change-up. Keeney goes down on strike, swinging. 2 outs now, first and third. Brings up Kyle Joyce to the plate. Stratton get a lead. Good jump on that. Not going to throw in on him.
Now we got runners on second and third. Base hit. Might get us a couple. Get us one for sure.
Stratton's a little quicker than Baxter, so if we can get something lined into the outfield, or even over here on the right side, we might have a chance.
We had concerns at the softball game, runners on base ahead of Maggie Boyd. We thought she might lap him, but didn't happen. So.
Misses high there.
Yeah. Might have been the curve that didn't break.
swung on. Kind of undecided there, took a half swing.
Yeah.
Looked like it was a little inside, and if you're going to swing at that, you just got to clean it out.
Yeah.
You got to make up your mind and just clean it out of the inside, and just pull it foul if you have to. That half swing gets in your head, you know. Misses outside. I believe it brings the count to full. This is inside, draws the walk.
We're all full on the bases.
Brings up Colin Roper. Roper hit a ball up the middle last time that was then ultimately fielded by the shortstop. Swung on, hit.
That may drop in.
Now the shortstop's got some
Oh,
range.
Nice play. Nice play with the shortstop.
Yeah, he opened up his hips quick, looked over his shoulder, and just chased that one down like an end zone pass. You know, it was a great play.
Yep.
Colin, you know, put the bat on the ball there and made him work, but good play by the shortstop. That brings us to the end of the inning, folks. We'll be back with you in just a moment. Back with you, folks. Bobcats with a good inning. Scored a couple of runs, a few mishaps by the Bears, a few key hits, and gave ourselves a few insurance runs here going into the latter half of the game. Johnston's been efficient so far. He's pitched well. He's thrown strikes and kept the batters off their, on their heels a little bit, and he's been able to zip that fastball by him. So. Bears will bring Joyce to the plate, a lefty. Delivers with a strike. Two in a row. Johnston working quick now, like I said, picking up that pace. He likes to work quick when he's feeling good. Right back with that fastball and gets him.
That's three. And he looks as strong as he did, earlier in the game. He's still, because he's a big, strong, tough kid.
Absolutely. First two were outside, then he brought that one right in on the hands and tied him up, and there's nothing he could do with it. So brings Downs to the plate now for the Bears. That one misses outside. That's been a pitch that has gone either way a few times today. High fastball, swung on, fouled straight back. Another fastball, fouled straight back. Downs with a good swing on it because, Johnston's really rearing back and bringing some heat.
Yep. I think, the hitter's a little bit behind him, but we'll see what he's going to do now if he's going to throw the wrinkle.
Nope, right back with the fastball. It's three fastballs fouled straight back. Coach Boyle's going to expend his budget just tonight on foul balls down in the ditch. I would think he would throw in a wrinkle here at this point. He's fouled three straight fastballs off with 2 strikes. He just shook off a sign there. Shook off a second sign. Signs are coming from the bench, too. Steps off. Didn't like what he saw there, Mike.
Well, I don't know how many pitches he got.
Throws the wrinkle in there for strike 3.
See you later. Yep.
Just froze him. Just froze him. He couldn't do anything.
Well, the kid knew that he wasn't able to handle the fastball, I think, so he was looking for it. And threw a great strike on that. That curveball was a great strike.
Here comes Hennessy, the DH. Again, a lot of velocity on that fastball.
I think he might be just getting warmed up.
Sneaks it right in there. Works quick, misses high.
Okay.
2 balls and 1 strike. Probably should slow down a little bit here.
There's another
Took
strike.
a little bit off that one. You could tell.
Yeah.
Just to pound that into the zone right there. Just misses inside.
Boy.
Full count.
Best pitch, make him hit it.
Yeah, really could use the strikeout to.
And there we go. 3 up, 3 down.
Perfect. Nice inning for Cole there. Very
Great.
efficient, and that'll bring their top of the order up when they come back. We'll be back with you in just a moment, folks. Pemmy Baker TV.
We're back, Coach.
Got Crowley coming to the plate here for the Bobcats.
I believe he started it off last time.
He did,
didn't
yeah, and that'll turn it right back over to the top of the order here. I think he drew a walk last inning.
Yes.
He ran the count full and ended up drawing a walk. First one's in there for a strike. Swung on, hit to the first baseman. Fields it clean, makes the out.
Okay.
Brings us to the top of the order. Henry Shaw steps in. First one swung on and missed. Looked like a curveball there, and he tried to tee off on it.
Yeah, he kind of came over the top with that thing, and it was nice, easy curve that he wasn't swinging for a curve.
Comes back with the same pitch.
Yeah.
Very efficient so far. Goes low with the fastball, tries to get him to chase. Shaw with some discipline there. Well, that's a pitch he can get his hands on sometimes, that golf pitch off the front foot. Inside, misses, brings it 2-2. Pretty good battle so far.
Yeah.
Goes down 0-2 and now brings it back even.
Yeah. And this second kid pitching is not bad at all. He's got decent speed.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think the Bears, got swung on and missed there on that off-speed pitch again. I mean, the Bears, I think, are 7-2 or 7-3, something like that. I think they only have 2 losses.
Yeah.
And there's no wonder why. You know, they've got some decent pitching, and the other Monday they showed us their bats against one of our better pitchers. And, you know.
Yeah.
Swung on, curveball dug out of the dirt.
That is going to drop in
it's
for a base hit.
drop in for a base hit. That's some good 2-strike hitting there out of Shaw. Again, that was that low one off the front foot that I said sometimes he can. He out of all the kids, he's good at golfing that pitch.
We would call that a chip in the golf course, I think.
Brings up Charlie Como. Drove in a run last inning. An RBI.
We could have some fun here, you know, pushing something down third baseline. He's so deep back there.
Shaw's off on the pitch.
But he's
no
off
protection. He's in there safe.
That delayed call.
Hey, I don't know what he was looking at, but I thought Shaw was in there.
The tag was high.
Yeah.
The tag was up in the chest.
He kind of slowed up at the end to start his slide, like he was putting his landing gear down when he's just got to go right into it. So that brings him into scoring position. Como swung on. Oh, line drive to the second baseman.
And he gets back. I think he got back in time.
Oh, Blue makes the call.
I'd like to run that back.
Yeah, well, folks, that's it. Line drive hit by Como to second, and it lines Shaw off at second base. So we'll be back with you in just a moment.
Well, welcome back. Plymouth Regional High School Bobcats up 4-0, and we're looking at the top of the 6th. Let's see if I can read the numbers from here to see who we've got up for Newfound. Curveball catches a corner, strike 1. Cole's been pretty successful with that curveball all day, more so from about the 3rd inning on. Another curveball and strike 2. He's got that patent down. Nothing wrong with that. Fastball low and away. Looked like he tried to throw a curve, but he releases high, and it doesn't break that much when you're releasing too high like that. And again, he's high, so we're at a full count here. Nobody out. Top of the 6th. Plymouth up 4-0. Cole with a fastball. Strike 3. 1 out. Cole's still throwing pretty hard here. He's got a good arm. He's thrown well the last 3 innings in particular, and he got the first guy here. So we got 1 out. Pitch. He went to the curveball, but he's got that a little bit low now in the dirt. So that's 1 ball, no strikes. Fastball a little bit low, maybe a little outside for the right-handed hitter. Line shot, look right in the gap. Runner's heading to second. Just fielded the ball back by the fence. It's going to be a stand-up double. Stand-up double. Eric Hanser, number 10. Hansen's our shortstop, and he plays a good position on that. He's got good speed, good solid hit there. So we got nobody out. Runner on second. Misses high with a curveball. 1 ball, no strikes. And they throw back to second, but does not get the tag. Fastball a little high. And a swing and a miss. Throw back to second. Not a jump turn that time. He just tried to pivot off his right foot. That's a tough way to throw it. And they steal in third, and they got him at third base. Runner took off on the throwback to second base, and they threw him out. Nice play by the Bobcats. We have 2 outs. We are 4 outs away if things go well. Top of the 6th, 4-0, Bobcats. We got a soft ground ball. Cole covers the base beautifully, and there's 3 outs, and that's the end of the 6th, top of the 6th. We're heading to bottom of the 6th right now, and we'll get back in just a minute. Okay, folks, we're back. It's bottom of the 6th. Bobcats at the plate. Leadoff hitter. Can't quite see the numbers from here. And it's a strike. In the dirt. It's a ball. We got Cole Johnson at the plate. Foul ball. We get Cole on base. He can help his cause a little bit. He's up 4-0, throwing a shutout at this point. Another foul ball. Oh, reach for it. Outside pitch. Reach for that, and that was strike 3. So we've got 1 out. Andrew Baxter to the plate now. 1 out, bottom of the 6th. Bobcats up 4-0. Pitch is low and in the dirt. Ball 1. Pitch, a little high inside curveball, swing and a miss for a strike. He checks on the swing. It's a ball. The pitch outside and away. I believe we're at full count right now. Ball 4. Andrew Baxter on first. We got 1 out, runner on first, bottom of the 6th. We got Cam Stratton, who's been hitting the ball pretty good today. He had won a couple hops from the fence and another base hit. That's high and ball 1. Cam's only a sophomore. He's playing some pretty good baseball, showing some skill here. And the pick off to the first base side, back in. It's an interesting move where the pitcher came from the very top of the stretch, which is when runners don't always expect it. Inside, and he was hit on the inside pitch, so now we've got runners first and second with 1 out. We have Parker Keeney at the plate. Ball 1. Pitcher's struggling a little bit to find the plate. Oh, and 2. And a strike. That was a good pitch by Luke Gordon. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out, runners on first and second. Pitch. It's a called strike. Looking at 2-2, 1 out. Anything close here should be swinging. Parker does. Foul ball. And the pitch, strike 3, but the first base was occupied, so you know, Parker tried to run to first base, but with the base occupied, you can't do that. So that is 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Bottom of the 6th. And we got Kyle Joyce at the plate. Ball 1. Nice pitch. 1-1. Outside. And throw back to second base. Runners in, no problem. Here we go, pitcher on the mound, winding up. Pitch low and inside. Looking at 3-1. 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th. And ball 4. Bases loaded with 2 outs. We got Colin Roper coming up. Hopefully Ropes will hit a Roper and we'll score a couple runs here. Colin's done a nice job this year. And that one's in the dirt. Catcher keeps it in front of him. Good play by him. That's Mike Macklin. Pitch is inside. No need to rush on the swings here. He's up 2-0. Bases loaded. And strike 1. Pitch inside. We got 3 balls. Bases loaded for the Bobcats. And he hits the ball back to the pitcher. Pitcher goes to first for the out, and the inning is over. Roper got some contact on that. It was unfortunately a nice bounce right back to the pitcher. And we leave 3 on base, bottom of the 6th. And we're going into the top half of the 7th. And we'll be right back. Okay, here we are, top of the 7th. 3 outs away from a victory. Been told I shouldn't say things like that because it creates a jinx situation, but based upon what I've been seeing and the way Cole's been pitching today, I think that we're going to be okay. First pitch is a strike, fastball. Number, hitter, what do you say, number? We've got number 4, Luke Gordon, the pitcher. That ball's in the dirt. Foul ball. Pitch curveball. He hit it. Looks like he might beat this out. Cole makes the throw, and he got him. That ball was a swing, but it looked like a beautiful bunt about a third of the way down third base side. Cole got off the mound, picked it up, and then threw a rocket to first to get the batter. So we got the first one out. First pitch is a ball. We just got information on the girls softball game. Plymouth Regional High School victorious, 9-0. And Riley Flaherty threw a shutout. Cole's fastball took off a little bit on that. It's okay. It's like 2 strikes on the batter. Timeout's called by the batter, probably good strategy. Cole not working as fast a pace, but that's okay. There's the ball. We're looking at, I believe, full count, 3-2. 1 out, top of the 7th. And ball 4. So we got a runner on first. We got Mike Macklin, the catcher, plate. First pitch, the ball. Might be a good time just to go out and talk about throwing strikes. Cole's had a great game. Here we go. Oh boy, that looked pretty good from here, but then again, I'm only about 300 feet away. And in the dirt, pass ball, runner on first is going to go to second, standing up. Got a runner on second now, scoring position. And a walk. We have runners on first and second now. I believe we're looking at number 6. Oh. Number 0, Connor Downs. He's an 11th grader. He catches and plays in the outfield. Coach Boyle out to discuss things. So, my mistake. It was Coach Cronin going out to the mound just to settle him down a little bit, kind of get him back on task, slow it down a little bit, get ready to go, and just throw strikes. You got a 4-0 lead. And he throws a strike. Fastball a little bit high. He's still got some velocity on that. Another ball. Got somebody warming up in the bullpen, just in case. Swing and a miss. Another strike. And a fastball. Strike 3. You got him looking. We got 2 down. We're 1 out away. Runners on first and second. Scores 4-0. Plymouth Bobcats. Newfound at the plate. Pitch is a little bit high. Like second baseman Ryder Downs. He gets a hold of the ball. It's a pop-up. Third baseman making the play, and he drops the ball. Well, the good news that ended the inning because the runner on first did not advance quick enough when they dropped the ball. He was about halfway there. They threw to second and put the tag on, and that is the game. Plymouth Bobcats 4-0 over the Newfound Bears, and good showing today. Cole Johnston did a great job on the mound. A lot of bats were swinging, and a good heads-up ball with some very good base running. And so we've got some games coming up. Boys lacrosse tomorrow at 4 o'clock, I believe, against Interlakes. I believe we've got a softball game coming up next Monday night. Be a night game, which is a lot of fun. It's also a seniors night. So on behalf of Pemmican TV, Aaron Como, and myself, Mike Courier, thank you for watching and listening, and we'll see you around the park.